Hey guys, it's Alpha, and we're back here today at the world's cheapest Giulietta, continuing with our wide body project. Right, this is quite a nervous point for me guys, because I've never done anything like this before, and we only really get one attempt at it, but it doesn't mean I'm going to mess you guys around. I'm going to hold the panel and try and get the drill. Right, we've got a hole all the way through the arch. Right, so all the holes drilled. Let's pop all this tape off. Now I'm willing to say this is the scariest moment in this bit of the project, because if something is wrong, my lining up's wrong or whatever, then when this gets put back on the car right at the end of the project, so we're not even going to know if we've messed up until the very end, this is where it'll be basically. Something won't line up and I'll air out and fiberglass will crack, or worse, wheels get damaged. Well, we're going to find it out. As you can see here, we've got a bit of a discrepancy of where we cut the bumper to the arch, because obviously the arch was cut on this car, the bumper was cut on this car, the arch was cut on the other, so we got a proper cut. So I'm just going to finish this cut off freehand and try and make something of it. Oh, that's hot. There we go, and smooth it in, try and make it look right. There we go, much better. Now it at least somewhat joins on. Perfect. I'm almost tempted to take that whole side off. You know, follow it round and down because the arch sits in from there. Yeah, I think I will do, just before we sand it. One last thing. I'm sure not thinking that through will at some point lead to an issue down the line, but who cares? Not me. Right. Give the whole thing a little sandblast. I wonder if I can find any bolts that I can put through. Actually, I can probably put the rivet nuts through it temporarily to hold it on. Might be a genius idea, might be a stupid one. Has all the riv nuts in, so all the holes at least somewhat line up. So let's just crack on. There's no messing about. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Right. And just like that, the whole arch is secure. That is very exciting. There's a few little edges where you can sort of feel under, but again, that's probably just going to benefit us in the future, as when we come in with the fiberglass, we can fill that gap, and it should bond this wide arch to the panel even more. So it's definitely not going anywhere. I mean, them riv nuts are already going to hold it in brilliantly. I keep calling them riv nuts, they're not riv nuts, they're just rivets. Don't know why I keep calling them that. Let's get the masking tape, get our line and make our cut. That's the line on our bumper. So I was saying, that's the line on our bumper, where I've pushed it in so I can sort of feel where it is. And that's our line around. And that should be a perfect cut following that line. I've put a brand new blade on the grinder so that we have maximum grinding capabilities, and we're just gonna go for it. And avoid this from happening. Boom, that's all nice and smooth now. So basically, what I meant before, when I said about adding another bit of plastic, I'm sort of gonna put a cap on this following along so I can bolt through that with just a 10mm bolt and nut, and that should keep the whole thing in place better. I've sort of made a little brief mock-up of the kind of style of a big vent that I want these arches to have. I've done some prep work and primed the back of the arch, because if you're not painting the parts that people aren't going to see on the build, are you really even building the car? But we're going to cut this off and then use this to cut a mould into some plastic, which we'll hot staple on and then start shaping up the filler. There we go. Little last bit down here. And it's off. So that will sort of be the shape pieces we're going to cut. Going to get them all together. We do need to make some changes. I need to make that longer, and bits and bobs. But right, let's get the plastic out and draw it up. 57, there. 57, there. Join them up with this piece. And that should give us a nice straight line. Right, well there's our piece. That fiberglass is dry. We're gonna get on it with sand and try and make a nice shape. I don't know how well this is gonna go. Right, this sort of shows you how little planning I actually do with this. I have no idea how I'm going to try and make a smooth, curved edge on this. I have no idea at all. Because, you know, 99% of sandpapers aren't going to do anything to this, except for like 60 or 40 grit. And it's going to take ages, and I don't know, maybe a belt sander? Would that do it? But I feel like that'd sort of make a straight, diagonal straight, not a nice curve. I'm not going to be able to do it with a flappy disc, I know that. So I'm not too sure what I'm planning here. That's pretty good, I think. Maybe not, I'm not sure. I think we go for it. I think we just, I've never used this dolphin glaze before, but I've been told it's good stuff. I think we just go for it. I think we do. Because that's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be. It's on the inside. It's not going to get seen. Hopefully this dolphin glaze should smooth it all out. And we should be a very happy bunny by the end of it. Right, I've done a little bit of skipping ahead unfortunately because it's been raining the past couple of days. So after we did the dolphin glaze, I've gone primered it and I've painted it in our metallic black that we've got. When I eventually pull my finger out and finish the headlights, you'll see I've got this very nice metallic black paint that I'm sort of using as one of my accent colours, along with obviously chrome and carbon fibre. I'll bring it closer so you can guys hopefully get an idea. On camera, it probably does look just black, but, and I nearly painted, I actually went and bought black spray paint to do it black, but then I thought, let's keep it special, and I've made it this colour instead. Managed to get a nice bend, and it's all ready to go on. One of the things I vividly remember is it saying to run a bead of silicone, sort of, maybe not inside, oh well, just sort of around your wide arch stuff before you go and use the fiberglass filler, and it apparently will help avoid cracking in the future. So that has also filled up any of our cracks and crevices. It's always nice. Now I think we are going to do a little bit on the outside. That looks quite good there. I'm quite liking that. I think we shall place our marks wherever we sort of can. Right, so now gonna want, what am I gonna want? We've gone and done it, we've picked it up and we've bloody touched it. Ah, no. With no gloves on, like a fool. like an absolute fool. Obviously, we'll be running a bead of silicone along the inside of this edge here as well, and probably that one. But I want to staple it in first. I've got all my hot staples in, and I've run a bead of silicone around about and inside and outside and whatnot. Doesn't look very pretty at the minute, but that's where trust the process comes in. But you guys can start to see there what I'm working with. Now we're going to chuck some filler on it now and try and smooth out into it and whatnot and make our rough shape. How do I even work out how much hardener to use here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 golf balls, maybe 10. I think we're going to go for 20 drops of filler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I think we'll do 18 first, see what colour we get. And hopefully from the colour I should be able to tell whether it's enough. Wow, that is a big blob of filler. Probably would have been better to do it in parts, like do a bit of the side and then the top, and then slowly fill it all up. But we don't do stuff in halves in this channel. Get our mixy on. I don't know if you guys could quite see that, but the M8 just went past again. Beautiful car. So here we have it. I've done 2 layers of the fiberglass filler so far, giving it a bit of a shape, and it's starting to come along. It looks, the video probably doesn't convey how good it looks, but it looks awesome. I'm so happy with this little section here where you've got the sharp edge from the, I'm going to call it a winglet, the vent, winglet, whatever you want to call it, and it smoothens out into the fender flare. The fender flare is being smoothed up slowly into the body. Still needs a lot of work, don't get me wrong. However, I'm buzzing with how this is coming along, getting a bit of a vision of how it actually looks. It's a complete different thing to just bolting an arch on. I really wish I could give you guys a better view of this, a better angle. Obviously it's going to be sitting up here and it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. I do wish I could show it you better, but unfortunately I can't move the Giulietta at the minute, battery's flat. But if you want to see more of this and how it carries on, make sure you subscribe, like the videos, share them about, and in the next one we're going to get this all test fitted.